Guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for the support. So last night, people, me sit down and I watched The Straw on Netflix. And in a long while, at first me watch a movie when me bawl like idiot. Literally, I cried when I was watching that movie, especially when I realized that the little girl passed. At that time, I was like, and I hope that every single soul that watch that movie, then just never just watch it to be entertained and just to say, oh, it's a good movie. I hope that they look at the message that that movie is sending towards us. Because when I was watching the movie and everything, I was like, whoa. Because there is a saying, the straw that broke the camel's back. And when me watch it, I'm like, wow. Because right there, I realized exactly what the straw was with that movie, in that movie. And the message behind it, it was so powerful. It was sending a message to not just single mothers, but every single soul as to how we should relate to other people, because at times we see persons and they do certain things and we don't know why they're doing it. We don't know the reason why someone is turning up to work late. We don't know the reason why someone can't pay the rent. We don't know the reason why they can't pay the bills and so forth. And majority of the times when you look behind it, behind everything, you realize that, hey, something bigger is happening in their life. Something that deserves their attention. Something that is taking away the money and the money can't stretch. And I always say it, majority of the times, what I realize is that, guess what? You see, the people who poor are them normally go through this situation in real life. Because you see, the rich, they can afford it. And anytime they hey, me go a bank, me go dry it, and so forth. Even in the movie, the lady, the bank manager, she said that she was working at a particular branch and she realized that, hey, the people then can easily come in, then take loan and all of that. And she asked to be transferred to another location where she can make the difference because she see the problem in the system. She realized that some people, they have it at their fingertip. They can get it with ease, while others struggle just to make ends meet. And when I was watching that movie, I was like, no, how Tyler Perry sit down and come up with this script? How him sit down and imagine all of that to just put it out there so we can sit and we can enjoy it? Because when I look at it, sometime in life, we have persons, they don't show the pressure that they're going through. There is no sign whatsoever. You see, they turn up to work, and on the outside, you know that, hey, guess what? They must struggle. They must live paycheck by paycheck. But when you check it out, you don't know what else is going on. You don't know that they have a sick child. You don't know that they don't have anyone. It's just them alone. You don't know that they're struggling to pay the rent. They're struggling just to drive. You don't know that the child is going to school without lunch money and so forth. So sometimes when you see people, it's best we don't judge them. And that is one thing I realize, especially working in organizations. Because sometimes you see, you will have persons that turn up to work late. And every morning you realize that, okay, they're coming at a certain time and so forth. And really and truly, if you're supposed to sit them down and ask the question, why you're coming to work so late? And why every single day? You'd be surprised to hear that, oh, I am coming to work because I have to wake up, I have to get the kids ready to go to school, I have to drop them off to school. Or I have to wake up, I have to prepare my mother food and everything and so forth. I have to do this and I have to do that. Because they have a life outside of the working world. And sometimes it is so difficult when we put them on the regular schedule for them to have a proper work-life balance. And you see, anytime that is missing, guess what? They're going to fail when it comes on to the job. You're going to realize that they're going to be late. They're going to ask some more time off. So that's the reason why you're not supposed to judge people when you see they're going through their struggle. Sometimes you realize that, oh, the lady that can't mind her pitney. Why the pitney are come at school hungry? What you don't understand. They living paycheck to paycheck. They work when them are work, then can hardly find food for eat, pay the rent and so forth. So what happened is that, guess what? Ramen noodle. That is what they're feeding the children on. Bread and butter, and well, bread in Jamaica is so expensive, some not even can afford it anymore. But there was such a powerful message behind this movie, and I hope that every single soul that sit, they look at it, they analyze it, they critique it, and realize that, hey, we have to look within ourselves, especially how we treat our brothers and sisters. And the funny thing about it, when you look at it, every single soul, we have our limit. So no matter how you see a person look strong, no matter how you see they look like everything is happening in their life, every single soul have a limit. There is so much you can take. And when you have someone, they have an issue at home, issue on the job, children problem, money problem, all sort of problem, At times, those person, because of the pressure that they're going through mentally, you see, if something major supposed to happen, it will cause them to go over the edge. It would cause them to have a mental breakdown. You realize that, oh, guess what? Instantly, you're going to say, oh, I would have mad out, because of the pressure that they're going through. And if you're supposed to sit and listen to some people, what they go through on a daily basis, you have to wonder how them do it. Because you know within yourself that if you're supposed to be in their shoe, you couldn't cope with half of what them go through. I remember some time ago I was speaking to this lady, and this is a baby mother. She have 2 children, and I share alone with them because the man, him get himself in a problem and in the behind bars. So I share alone out here. Her family live in the country. Them not have it. And I share alone. And when you listen, she's a cashier in a popular supermarket here in Jamaica. And when you listen to the amount of money, where she get paid, because the woman just I get $20,000. $20,000 she did get, I don't know if they raise it now, per week. And she had to pay rent. She have to send the pitney them at school and all of that, food and so forth. And when you sit and you listen to them and the fact that you're thinking about it, you said, okay then. So if rent is 35,000, you have light and water, roughly another 20,000. You have food, lunch money. You have to wonder how they manage. And sometimes you will come across them, and they will ask you, oh, miss, me I gotta ask you, you can't help me out with that school shoes, you can't help me out with this. And you wonder, but your work, what go on? Because you see them going to work, dress up, look good, you don't know where them are go through, and you judge them. You have some out there, all they do, they take their money, they buy bleaching cream, then put up the artist hairstyle and go put on this and so forth, and not taking care of their responsibility. But you have some who are struggle. And I think that movie bring home that message to a lot of us even more, that it rough on the single mothers, it hard for them. And because of that, we should not judge them. And all of them are workless mother. Some of them try the very best to make ends meet. And even when they try the very best, they realize that, guess what? Because of the system that's supposed to protect us, my best is not good enough. So you realize that, okay, then they send them to school. They will go and try to get the PART program. And when they go to get the children on PART, you hear that, okay, because you have this, you have that, you live in this neighborhood, or you can't get it. And you wonder, but we really need it. And then you will hear, oh, because you work at disorganized, you can't get it. And they need it. Then sometime when they go on the road and they try to hustle, I'm talking about the igglers and so forth who are hustle on the street enough and make ends meet to send the children to school, to provide food for them. They're out there, and guess what? Police come, start take with them goods and all of that. They will go out, next thing, you realize them have to take up everything or them have to run because police are come. That is what they have to face. Some, no matter how they go to the court asking, I want maintenance from the father and everything, the court will look at them and said, all right, then $4,500 per month. And you wonder, 4,000, what the hell that can do? Because literally that cannot do anything in Jamaica. So you realize that the system that's supposed to protect them at times, that same system, I feel baby mothers is failing a lot of them because they turn to the system for help, and that same system, guess what? Fling out, backs it out back out of their mouth. Lick them in the face and say, might as well they never come to us in the first place. So when I look at that movie, I was like, no, Tyler, I think this is the best movie so far. And I don't know. I said it before, I don't know how him sit and come up with all of that ideas to put it out there. But it just goes to show people that he's observing what is happening in the public, what black single mothers and single mothers overall, what they have to go through, what the poor have to go through, how they fight to make ends meet. And no matter how they do it, at times it's like the system fighting against them. It causes them to have mental breakdown, because it's not just the financial struggle that movie enlighten it, also the mental challenge that a lot of them go through. It highlighted that also. So people, please, if you don't watch it, just go out and just watch it. You're not even have to go out because I'm not like a theater right there. Just turn on your TV, sit, relax, and watch it. And just make sure, say, when you're doing that, make sure you have some napkin or some tissue close by, because you're going to need it. So guys, thank you so much. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.